Go to record. Okay, go for it.
Right, so welcome to our Tuesday night call with me and the most beautiful Julia. And we're going to be hearing about Julia's road to NMD, trials and tribulations, because I'm sure you'll all be aware it's not always a smooth ride. It's well worth it, but you're going to go up, you're going to go down, you're going to meet boundaries, you're going to have to test yourself. But yeah, we're going to hear all about Julia and her 8 years in the business, her experience, and yeah, go ahead. So obviously give us a bit of a lowdown, because my girls really need an intro into you, like when you joined, why you joined, sort of what the situation was, and yeah, how things have changed for you.
You've made me think today when you said, can you interview me? And I was thinking, crikey, everybody that's on this call was not in my team when I first joined 8 years ago. Not one person. Right, so it's really got me thinking. And what did happen back in the beginning? So when I first joined, I was on kind of the back of a big wave of momentum. I was kind of on the end of it. Lisa knows, Lisa was in the business, not in my team, but a different, in a different team, but different time. Same time, but different team. So I went to this event. I said no for 12 months. I went to an event at Sue Bates's house, who recruited me. And she's a scientist and everything, and she's not really my tribe, but she was coming to my classes and I still said no. Went to her house for an in-home meeting and John was there with Vicky, and I still said no because I was trying to get out of health clubs. I've been teaching fitness for 21 years. We haven't had a pay rise in all that time. And I was like, I wanted to get out of the health clubs and I wanted to start my class in the church hall. That's where I've just been. Obviously, it's much more profitable. And I thought I was loaded when I started in the church hall. Like, everyone's paying me £5 each rather than 20 quid just for the class. It was only when I went on holiday with Jay, and he was self-employed at the time, and I said to him, neither of us are getting any money. Like, we're not getting any money, neither of us. Like, and it used to always spoil the holiday. And I wasn't looking for anything when Sue introduced me, but I was absolutely knackered, and I mean knackered. I was teaching a lot of classes. I got 5 children. I was drained. And so in the end, I said I'd have the products, the premium capsules, because my daughter was 16, would get them for free. And she was a bit overweight, she was a bit spotty, a bit unhealthy, and a bit unfit, just a bit everything. So anyway, she had the free products. And I swear to God, I didn't touch mine. I put mine in the cupboard. I'd stop Sue from pestering me politely. And then I saw the changes in my daughter. And she started to eat healthy. She started to come into my fitness classes with me. She lost 2 stone in weight. Her skin cleared up. She turned into like this mermaid, and I couldn't believe what was going on. And I said to her one day, what the hell is happening with you? And she said, well, I'm not going to eat rubbish if I'm having these capsules, am I? And I was like, well, I've not even started mine. So I had to ask Sue to not send them for 4 months. Anyway, then I got into them, started loving it. I had the energy. I wasn't knackered anymore. No nana naps in the afternoon. Started telling everybody about it. Then I went to this event and Emma Seddon was there, and Emma Seddon went back to her roots in the Northeast to build her business. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to go back to the Isle of Sheppey, where I haven't been for 20 odd years, and build my business there. And so I did. I reconnected with everybody. Social media wasn't really that big then, but you know, I managed to connect with people from school, and I started doing in-home events down in Kent. I didn't really know what I was doing. I'd only been in the business like 3 months. And I was doing in-home events in people's houses I hadn't seen for 20 odd years. And everybody became a customer, or everybody became a team member. And I just built this massive business down on the Isle of Sheppey. So I had 3 really big PB legs, and I had a leg in Manchester. And that's how I got to QNMD in 9 months. We just flew there, really, even though it was like on the back of a wave. And then it all started to crumble, because I don't know if you've been to the Isle of Sheppey, anybody here?
No, I live like 10 minutes from there.
Everybody started arguing over whose customer was whose team member was who. They was all fighting over each other, and they all had this. I was up here in Manchester, like I was like, oh my God, what is going on? They're all arguing because they didn't think to reach further, like on social media, where you can build your business anywhere. You know, 30 different countries. You don't have to build on the Isle of Sheppey. Anyway, they all fell out and they all left. 3 big, massive legs left. And I was left with Debbie, and I thought, oh my God. And I could have left then. I thought, you know what? I've got my bonuses. I've had enough. But That's business for you, right? Business goes up and down, up and down, up and down. And I always knew I was never going to leave. I like it too much. And if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Like if I'm going to be successful at something, I'm always successful. You know, I had my mum sending me Wikipedia things. I had Jay saying to me, oh, it's about time you gave it up now. Like my husband, I was like, like, you know, like don't listen to any kind of negativity. None at all. My mum was really negative. Jay was being negative. And I tell you what, my son was joining the army, the REME, like avionics technician. Not just, not just, but he wasn't just a soldier. He was like really into this electronic thing. And all he talked about all the time. And whenever I mentioned Juice Plus, he'd go, oh, not that again. I go, hang on a minute, this is my job. Yeah. You're talking about your job. Why can't I talk about my job? So you have to brush off any negativity there is, because you are going to get it. You've got to be thick-skinned. And that is why John called it Team Rhino in the first place, because you need to be really, really thick-skinned. It's not a straight road. I rebuilt, and then Unique came along and people dropped off. I rebuilt, and then Isagenix came along. And no, Arix it was then. Yeah. Emma Snedden and John Holloway, they lost thousands of people. I lost my people again. Start to rebuild. Then it was Isagenix, wasn't it? And then even my best friends that were in the business, they had carrots dangled in front of them. I can tell you now, nothing is better than this company. Nothing. No. I've been offered every single business, as you can imagine, over the last 8 years. The best product, the best company, the best business compensation plan, the best people. I don't understand it when people leave. I just don't get it. Because there is nothing better.
I mean, we had this conversation even for me, because by trade I'm a makeup artist. So once a lot of my friends see that I was doing Juice Plus, I was like, oh, network marketer, right, we're going to get Joe into Unique. And was it Mail, was whatever it was back then? And they was offered to me. And you know what? The compensation plan just wasn't what we've got. And I'm not being funny, but who's going to invest in makeup or health? Like, especially now, I mean, come on, guys, it's all in the news. Like, we're going over to like Green Planet. Like, literally, we are in the industry, like we're there at the moment. There's a whole world for this business to grow in. And it's just, yeah, for me, I'd never go anywhere. Never, ever look at anything else.
No, because everything else is a limited market. Ours is from 4-year-old till whenever you die. Like, it's for everybody. Yeah. It's for men, it's for women, it's for children, it's for adults. When you've got Unique or something, it's a limited market. It's people that wear makeup that, you know, of a certain age, because, you know, little kids won't or stuff like that. Even with everything else, it's a limited market, and health is never, ever, ever going to go out of fashion. No. So I stuck with it, and I honestly, I've never had a day where I thought, oh, I'm going to give up, I've had enough. I've always enjoyed it. I've always top of the leaderboard in my team. They'll tell you that. I'm always the top recruiter on my team. They'll tell you that. I'm always trying to lead the way, you know, and guide the team. You have to, if you're going to be a leader. Now, a lot of people don't really understand network marketing, why it's going wrong, right? So if you think it's not working for you, well, obviously you're converted, you're on this call. But a lot of people don't realize that networking is 80% of our business, and the marketing is only 20%, right? So if you're not in your inbox networking, you're not doing a business properly. And then you'll think it doesn't work when it does. Honestly, we are not paid just to post on a picture on Facebook. That's the marketing bit, that's easy, right? The networking is the 80% of the business. So let's just say this, the networking is the posting, yeah? Or offering the product business, that's the networking. Easy peasy, that is planting seed. The marketing, the networking, sorry, if I said the other way around, is watering those seeds in the messenger, talking to people, building relationships. Kim Lasso said the other day, if you haven't got a watering can in your hand all day and you're not watering those seeds, they're not going to grow, they're going to die, and you're going to say it doesn't work. And it does work. Because also, if you see other people doing it, there's people getting promoted today to SC. There was people getting promoted onto Miller's page at the end of last month. If they can do it, why can't you? You know, they've got the same products, same business plan. It's just a different effort. That's all it is.
Yeah, you know what, I always say that to my girls, like, you know, our products don't change as you go up through the business. We've all got the same products, the same access to social media. And I was actually chatting to one of my girls earlier, and I said, you know what, Facebook's your ticket to the world. You can talk to anybody in the world via Facebook. Nobody's limited. So like you were saying about like the little bubble in the Isle of Sheppey, branch out, go into different countries. Don't be afraid to speak to people. You might speak to someone who lives 3 doors down the road, but they could have a cousin in America. Like you never know who you're talking to. And it's so true. Like people think that posting on Facebook, they're making the effort. But guys, that's like the smallest part of your business. My business is built in my inbox. My business is built from word of mouth.
Yeah, definitely, Jo. And a lot of people have kind of, they've listened to negativity, so it doesn't work. They haven't done it properly. Like, please get into your inbox more, message people. 80% networking. And I'll tell you something else. Your stories can be 80% product and 20% you. And your Facebook profile could be 80% you and 20% product. That's the way it should be. If that makes sense to me. It's recorded so you can listen back. That's definitely what you should be doing. And what I find is a lot of people have limited beliefs, right? And I'm going to talk about this on Saturday. A limited belief that isn't even true, right? Most of the stuff that we've got off our parents, so we get our genes off our parents, and unfortunately, we get some of the limited beliefs of our parents as well, right? And they're just not justified. They're not at all. It's something that you've created, which is a limited thing. It might be something like, oh, I wrote some down here. I'm not good enough. No one will ever love me. I'm rubbish at that. My whole life, I've told myself I can't. Oh, this is one of my things. My limited belief. I told myself my whole life that I can't run, my whole life, because at school, I was a sports captain. I was good at netball, rounders, badminton, tennis, everything, you name it, I won. I never won at running. And I've always told myself I can't run, always. Even at Pilates classes and stuff, I go, oh no, I can't run, oh no, can't. I just finished Couch to 5K. I just run for 30 minutes because it was a limited belief. It wasn't even true. And that's just touching the iceberg to let you know. But some of you will be telling yourselves, oh, I'm not a confident person. It's not true. It's what you've told yourself. You probably can't justify it because nearly everybody on this call has been successful with Juice Plus already. You've all managed to get customers. Most of you have managed to get a team. So what are you telling yourself?
It's so true. It's so true. And I mean, we've had this conversation before. And, you know, I mean, even myself, I come from, in the nicest way, you know, I come from a single parent family. And my mum was always very much like, she never forced us children to be anything we wasn't. We didn't have to be academic. We didn't have to have careers. And I come from a background that in the nicest way, pretty much if you've got a roof over your head and you can afford some food, you've made it in life, you know. So that to me, what was it like? Oh, you know, we've got a house, got food in the cupboard, I've made it. But guys, you don't have to limit yourself there. Like, just because somebody might be happy and think they've made it with that, I wasn't. I wanted more. It's not called being greedy. It's not called being big-headed. It's not called being snobby. It's called wanting more for yourselves. Who doesn't want more money, a newer car, a newer sofa, a holiday? Like, that's not being greedy and extravagant. That's life. And this business can create all that for you.
Yeah, definitely, Jo. So I think I was happy rebuilding all the time, but I got my income to a certain amount. Like I was getting between £1,000 and £2,000 a month in my part-time from my phone. Didn't really feel like I was doing much. I was having fun. As a second income, I got really comfortable like that, like really comfortable. And I was loving it. You know, I was loving helping the team get to their positions and stuff. And then you get the high rollers that come in that want like this, and then you get a lot of people that don't, and that's fine. Everybody's got their own business and everybody can run it how they want. But when COVID closed down my fitness business, I mean, I always believe that you should have more than one income stream, right? Even when you've got a good Juice Plus business, have another little bit of an income stream. I've just gone back to teaching a few classes. I don't need to, but it's another little bit of an income stream. It's easy money. You know, it takes me out of the house for an hour. That's it. On a Tuesday and Wednesday. But what I find with some of the team that leave, they lose belief, because what happens is they start doing less. When they do less, they get less results. And when they get less results, they lose belief, right? Yep. But if they start doing more, they get more results, they believe more, and it's a cycle. So you have to change that cycle. If you're on the downward cycle of doing less and less, you're going to get less and less results, and you're going to end up leaving because you don't believe it works. Even though deep down you know it does, because you've seen other people do it. If you actually start doing more, the networking, mainly the networking, not just the posting and hoping. The networking, you've got to get in people's inboxes. What is the worst thing that they're going to say? Doing a Facebook Live, let me tell you some Juice Plus limiting beliefs, right? If I've got time. Because these are just the Juice Plus ones. I don't know enough about the products. Well, if you don't know what to post about the products, you're not on the products. Because it's easy to find posts when you're on plan. Right? You haven't got to scratch around for posts because you're just blogging your story, your use of the products. Yeah, so that is a limiting belief. I don't know enough about the products. Another one, I don't know enough about the business. We don't need to. You just need to be excited about it if you've only just started. You know, you've have a look at the business plan. You've seen other people be successful. You're joining for your reason. The main reason people join is for more money. Yes, we say, oh, because we like helping people, but we are not doing it for nothing, right? We all want to better ourselves. Other limiting beliefs, like, people might think I'm stupid if I don't know the answer to their question. Load of rubbish. You go and ask your sponsor, right? Someone's always got the answer. I'm scared to come across like I don't know what I'm doing. That is rubbish because you're sharing your own journey. Someone's got the answer there for you. I'm scared to go out of my comfort zone, even though I know that's where I'll grow. What's that about? Because why are you scared? What are you scared of? What's the fear? I'm scared to do Facebook Lives in case I say the wrong thing. It doesn't matter. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. And even if you do, just delete it. I don't like the way I look. That's something that you're telling yourself. I don't like the sound of my voice. Like, these are all, to me, excuses. Like, not just limiting beliefs, they're excuses. And Alex Webb used to say, all excuses are equal.
Yeah.
I'm not as good as so-and-so. Comparing yourself to others is the worst thing you can do in this business. It's the absolute worst thing you can do is compare yourself to someone else. You are you, and you're on your journey. What is it? I'm scared I don't know enough. Oh, I'm scared I don't know enough people. You don't need to know enough people. I started Juice Plus with 200 friends. I've now got nearly 5,000, right? It's the networking you've got to do. So all these things are things that are not even justified. I could do a coaching session with every single person on this call that's got a limiting belief, and I'll show you that it's not. I can show you that it's 100% not. It's just something that you've either someone might have called you stupid at school. A teacher might have said you never amount to anything. Just a little thing like that. And then you're believing, well, I won't amount to anything, so I don't deserve to be successful. It's not true. It's not true.
Yeah, 100%. Absolute 100%.
Sorry,
and you know, I'm going to pull 1 point forward there. That I remember Alex Webb saying to me, actually, when we was at the Newquay retreat, and I was talking to him, and I said to him, like, a few bits that at the time girls in my team were saying. And Alex turned around, and you've just said it, Ju, and I'm going to say it again. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Alex said that to me. He put his arm around me. He said, babe, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. And it's so true, because everyone worries, like, do I get it wrong? Do I do this? Do I do that? Am I going to be good enough? Blah, blah. And comparison's a killer. And I'm going to hold my hands up and say, I've compared myself in the past, and it held my business back, which was why I got stuck at SSC for 22 months. 22 months I sat there because I was comparing. Am I good enough to be an SSC? Am I as good as the other SSCs? Then I was looking at QNMDs thinking, I've got to do that. And honestly, it held me back so much because I was trying to be everyone but me. And it's really going to limit your business, and it's going to limit your confidence.
Definitely. And do you know what worrying is? Do you know what the word worrying means? Worrying is just your imagination. You don't even know why you're worrying. Imagination and what you've made up in your own mind. That's all worry is. It might not ever happen. Go on, Lisa.
I had something yesterday, and I've been kicking myself all flipping day because it makes me look like my shop isn't open. Yesterday, I've been getting back into my lives. I absolutely hate them, but I just have to go 1, 2, 3, fuck it and go. Whether I look a mess, I don't care. I'm just doing it. And a couple of comments that I've had, like one from my brother, you know, oh my God, sick of seeing you today. Is this the 100th live you've done? And it really got me, right? And then today, I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't do my live this morning. I just posted a picture of my shake. But I want the mum crowd, who are my sort of like tribe, the single mums who are just like me. So they're sort of like getting up. So I've been doing my lives at 7:30 in the morning because that's when they're standing there, making breakfast, making a brew, and they can just quickly see my live. I make them dead quick, about 2-3 minutes, you know, high energy, blah, 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 boom, 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 gone. And then yesterday I did about 4 different lives. I was really getting back into my stride. And then I let that comment just absolutely destroy that little bubble really quickly. And then this afternoon, I was absolutely kicking myself, giving it, for fuck's sake, I pay his bills. He doesn't pay fucking mine. He's always on the couch for extra few quid. So why the fuck have I let him like turn me away from what I was starting to enjoy? So I phoned him and went, I'm going to delete you off Facebook. No having fucking comments like that. That really hurt me. Apologise right now. He went, well, sucker you for actually believing and listening to my shit. And I was like, do you know what? You're right. So, and the other thing as well is I turned a girl down for joining the team. I just told her to think about it because, you know, we were talking about income streams. Her second income stream, she had a part-time job, and a second income stream she classed as her benefits, right? That's not the type of person I want in my team. And I had a bit of a crisis point thinking, I need more team members. I need more team members. There was something in the actual, you know, 15-minute conversation that we had on the telephone that just made me, I wouldn't want to go out with this person. I wouldn't want to go and celebrate with this person. So I said, you know, try the products first, you know, this, that, and the other. And I thought, did I make the right decision? But it felt right at the time, but I've still been mulling that over. I didn't gel with her on the phone. I gel with people quite quickly, and I just said no. Well,
if she's right, Lisa, she'll come back anyway. So I wouldn't worry about that.
And you know, the world owes me a favor, and I just thought, no, it doesn't. You've got to get off your ass and actually make your own little world. Nobody owes you fuck all.
You know what? Just going back, I love coaching, Lisa. Going back to limiting beliefs as well, just slightly. You know, these are just, I wrote this down. They are simply assumptions about your reality that come from your perception of life experiences, right? They are not real. Does that make sense? And there are loads of things that you can do to help your mindset. So when COVID came and closed down my fitness business, that is when I decided to really, really get to work. I thought, I'm at home. Jay's job's not affected. George's not affected. My other son's job's not affected. No one's affected except me. I'm here on my own. I'm gonna get a business in loads of different countries. I'm gonna look on my phone, get my world clock, find out when Singapore wake up, find out when Canada wake up, find out when USA, California wakes up, and different in New York and all this stuff. And that's exactly what I did. And it's not a bumpy ride. It's worth it. We've got to NMD. I wish I'd got there sooner now. This is the way we're treated as NMDs, to be honest, because it's absolutely unbelievable. I just love the company even more now. And we just want more and more team to get to that position, just to experience what it's like being treated by the company. Like, it really switches something in your mind, because for a while I felt like I was working for them, but when you get to NMD, actually they're working for us. Mateus and Tamila and Simon and all that lot, and it really comes across like that as well. We're at the NMD meeting, and when we was in the VIP room and all that kind of stuff, and backstage, you know, even the business development team was like, they were so supportive, aren't they?
Do you know what? I can honestly say, like, I've always loved this business. I mean, come next January, I've been in the business 6 years and I've loved it. And my journey to NMD, I loved and I was excited about it. But honestly, guys, reaching NMD, it's just what Ju just said, that everyone's so attentive to you. Everyone's like really helpful. And I feel like I'd entered the door by coming as part of Juice Plus, and I was in like a waiting room up to NMD. Once you go NMD, you just go through that other door, and it's just a whole brand new business. It's the same business, but so different. And yeah, now I'm just loving it all over again. And it's like being treated like royalty. Like, literally, we get all the freebies and we get dinner laid on, and, you know, we get all the products first and we get all the info first. And it's just, you feel like when they say NMD's the pinnacle position, guys, honestly, seriously, there is nothing holding you back from getting there. The only thing holding you back is yourselves. So I swear to God, no matter how long you've been in this business or what position you are, there's nothing like being an NMD for Juice Plus. The treatment is insane.
Yeah, and it's worth it. Like, how old will you be in 7 years? Like, if it took you 7 years to get to NMD like it did me, how old would you be? Right? I'm 53 and I've got time and financial freedom. I've got all the time in the bloody world now. That's why I went back teaching a couple of classes as well, because I was just like, I don't watch TV. You know, I'm spending enough time on my business. I'm doing a life coaching course. I've been on a course since March. I've done accreditation. I've done practitioner. I'm now doing a master's in the NLP. So basically it was to help my team. And I have helped a lot of them. And we still need some one-to-ones with other ones as well. But yeah, it's so worth it. Don't give up. It is so worth it to have the time and financial freedom. If you're still going to be, I wish more younger people would get involved. Imagine like being so young, like Olivia or something like that, and being Millionaires Club before you're 30.
Well, the thing is, it's like, I mean, obviously, like you said, you was 7 years to NMD. Took me 4.5 years to get to NMD. And if somebody had told me when I joined in January 16, it will take you 4.5 years, I wouldn't have gone, oh, that's ages. I still would have done it, because what else would I have been doing in that 4.5 years? Working for somebody else's rules, somebody else's holidays, Christmas, not always a given. Like, guys, the time's going to pass anyway. So it's no good thinking, oh, but what if it takes me 7 years? What are you going to do between now and the next 7 years anyway? You're going to be working for some other fucker. So you might as well do it. Lisa's just said it herself in the chat. Time's going to pass anyway, guys. So the time's passing, whether you're doing this or not. So why not be an MD in 4.5 years, 7 years? Like, it makes no sense to me why people would quit on something that is life-changing.
It is life-changing, and all your excuses, like, I haven't got time, stop watching TV. Like, that's what I had to do. Just, everyone's got time. Everyone's got 24 hours in a day. You've got time. Stop telling yourself you haven't. And that's one of the main things, I think. I thought I didn't have time. That's why I said no for 12 months.
Yeah.
But, you know, half an hour here, half an hour there, in your dinner break or whatever, you know, if other people are doing it in similar situations to you, you know, I don't know, with Emma Snedden working 100 hours a week with 3 children.
Yeah.
And then all your excuses are just your excuses. You can lie to me and you can lie to Joe, but you can't lie to yourself about your excuses.
Exactly that. And you know what? The one thing I always say, you've got to remember why you started. There was a reason that you handed your details over to your sponsor and signed up. That reason, it could be you might want a brand new car worth 50 grand. That reason might be that you want to save £50 a month for your child. Don't matter how big or small your reason is. Remember that one reason. That day you sent your details to that person, there was a reason you sent those details. You had a vision in mind on that day, whether it was more money, whether it was more confidence, whether it was more friends. And you need to keep that vision. You have to remember why you started, because your why is going to change, but there was a reason you stepped through that door in the first place. And that's what you always need to keep in mind. And I just think it's a great shame when people have that reason and hand them details over with that vision of the future. And then when suddenly it's not all golden and rosy in 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, they go, do you know what, fuck this, actually, I'm off. Guys, you know, not being funny, Rome wasn't built in a day. You know, Julia and I are NMD and we're still building. But we're not turning around going, it's not worth it. It's worth it if you want to make it worth it.
Yeah, definitely, Joe. Can you imagine how many people I've seen leave over 8 years? How many legs? I mean, even just before conference, QSSC leg left. Sue's here still, but the whole rest of the leg just went. And I just think, why? No, because the main reason I've seen people leave is because they listen to negativity, because they're not having a big enough vision, like Joe's just said. You've got to have a really big vision and picture yourself there, whatever it is. It might be a holiday. Let's say it's a holiday. What does your holiday look like? What can you hear? What can you smell? What does it sound like? Picture yourself there, and that's what you're working towards. Or not believing in themselves, and then the limiting belief. So, you know, you've got to work on the mindset. You'll hear it all the time about mindset, but you really have got to work.
You know what? I know that Julia's going to totally agree with this. We're talking about people that have left because of their limited belief, but the amount of people that return as well. So many people go across to that company, do a complete turn and go, Juice Plus was where I'm better. And then they got to start at the bottom, guys. I mean, come on, imagine getting your way to SC, QSSC, SSC, beyond, and then come back. Guys, I've seen people leave at like NMD and above levels, come back as a partner. You've got to go through that whole process again. It's, you know, like, why would you do that?
You know, I saw Johnny McGill at the weekend, did you? And I feel sorry for him because he left as an NMD and they let him come back. They're not letting a lot of people come back because of the way they left. And he left for different reasons. He wasn't going and poaching and stuff like that. And I felt really sorry for him, you know, because he's, like you said, I think he's a senior partner now or something. But, you know, it's just hard work.
Yeah.
To try and rebuild. And not just that, you lose credibility.
Yeah. And you know what? That's one thing that, because I'm so big on being a trustworthy, genuine person, for me, I can't see the point in a million years that I'm going to go Juice Plus, Juice Plus, Juice Plus, then go to, I don't know, Thrive, stick a patch on my arm and then swear by that for 10 months, and then go somewhere else and then swear by their shakes, and then in a year going back to Juice Plus. Do you know what, guys? Your audience are going to go, well, I'm not going with her because she's gone there, and she's gone back to where she started. Like, but I've still got people coming to me now as customers that was customers to me in 2017 go, Jo, are you still doing that Juice Plus? Oh my God, babe, can I have some shakes and some premiums? Because I've built up that trust, the same as Julia. People know we're not just saying we love it because we get money from it. We're saying we love it because we genuinely fucking do. It's not bullshit. We don't take a picture with our products and make out we take them. We take them because we love them. I mean, literally, we was at the NMD meeting, dashing lifts, getting our premiums down the side. It's not make believe, guys. We love what we do, and I think you've got to have that love. You've got to have that passion.
Yeah, definitely. And it comes across to people as well, you know, and this is where the residual income comes from as well. If you stay in for the long game, I've got customers now that I've had at 8 years. You know, I get an email saying your customer's order shipping to me. Oh, and £50 coming in, £50 coming in, £50 coming in. I'm not doing anything.
No.
That's the residual income if you stay long term.
Yeah. And yeah, and it's so true, because obviously, even though I might not always be posting about brand new customers, I've always got a customer turnover every single month. And what's even funnier, so many of our girls that have left, their customers have just moved up to me and they still turn over. So I've got my customers and theirs, because I've got girls that have left. And guys, I'm not even joking. I've got girls that have left this business and they've still got 8, 10, 12 customers coming through me every month. Imagine if they'd stayed 8, 10, 12 customers every single month. They would now have amazing residual income, but they gave up and went, it's not working. Well, I've got all their customers, so obviously it does work.
Yeah, I've got Debbie Hanson's customers from 7 years ago. I don't even know who they are. And they're on premiums and they've never come off them. So,
No.
So the moral of the story is play the long game. Don't think the business goes in a straight line like that. It does. I mean, my business, I've probably got one of the bumpiest businesses in the whole of the Juice Plus world. It's gone like that the whole time. But it's still fun. And if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. You are doing it wrong, because it needs to be fun. It shouldn't seem like a job. It shouldn't seem like work. It shouldn't seem like you've got a boss or anything like that. You know, it's
no, you know what I mean? Like I say, I've been around almost 6 years and I've never missed a convention in all that time, even Barcelona. I've done all of them. Might miss the odd small events like in between, but I've always done the on-fire events and I've always done the conventions. And guys, I'm talking somebody who's been around for almost 6 years. To date, Harrogate was my most favourite UK event. So guys, honestly, it doesn't just go fun and stay fun. You will always still get things that you go, oh my God, that's blown me away. For me, Harrogate was my top UK event, and that's even after almost 6 years. It gets better and better as you get better and better, but it's the longevity. You've got to stay.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I loved Harrogate. I only missed one convention, and that was Liverpool, I think. So, but I did get married that weekend, so you can let me off that. I was in Jamaica.
I was on stage on my birthday. That was the Liverpool 2017. Yeah, and I actually cancelled all my birthday plans with my husband because I knew I was on stage. I was like, I'm not missing it. I'd just gone SC. So yeah, you have to make sacrifices sometimes, but it's worth it.
You really do, because I hadn't seen Jay for 2 weeks before Harrogate, and he said to me, "Oh, do you really have to go?" I went, "Are you kidding me?" Yeah, I'm going. Like, we've only got 2 minutes left. Do you have anything you want to finish off with, Jo?
I think we've pretty much covered everything. Is there anything in the chat that anyone's asking?
I would say one other little thing. If you feel like giving up, stay close to the fire. Go get on a call, go to a meeting, put your own event on, whatever, just stay close to the fire. Me and your upline, your sponsor, John Holloway, whoever it is that you want to message, just go to them if you feel like giving up, or this has got to you, or negativity got to you, or whatever it is. Just get back on it, get back on track.
Yeah, and you know what? Never, ever, ever be afraid to go to your upline and say, can I have a phone call? Can I have some help? Or I'm a bit lost. Because honestly, guys, Ju will know this. Sometimes we do get busy. Sometimes we can't spread ourselves thin enough. And by the time we go around every single person in our team every single day, we have no time for us. But we're always available for you guys. So new, old, whatever, come to your upline. Say that if you're struggling, if you want any help, because we are approachable. But if we're not going to come to you if we don't know that you're needing it. Do you know what I mean?
That's the thing. I always say that to my team. I'd never say no to a phone call ever, or a half an hour Zoom, or whatever it is, coaching session, whatever it is. I'm always available for my team, and they know that. But
Yeah.
you wait for them to come to you. Like, I do check in now and again, but like you just said, you can't check in with everybody all the time. So you basically work with the workers, the ones that are coming to you.
Exactly.
And it's okay to have an off time for a little while, but then get back on track and remember why you joined, like Joe said. Otherwise, you're going to stay.
0 days. 0 days are so damaging. So damaging. Never, ever, ever, ever take a 0 day. Never think, oh, do you know what? I'm having a shit day, I won't post. Guys, even if you're dragging an old before and after up with a copy and paste post, even if it's an old selfie with a positive quote, get something on them socials. Don't leave it blank.
Well, Joe, we're finishing now. Thanks for getting on, everybody. And I'm going to send the recording once I've downloaded it. Can anyone take a picture quickly? I don't know if we can. Has anyone done it?
I don't know. I'm on my phone tonight, so I can't.
He's going to switch us off. Thanks for jumping on, everybody. And Joe, really, really appreciate your
That's all right.
input.
I'll see you next week.
And we'll see you next week. Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.